FTX Crypto Lawsuit. So this is a big one. Who want to crank this one up? Because you got a lot of celebs in this bad boy.
So you got right now the main ones, main high-profile athletes and celebrities. I remember when this came out, the FTX. Interesting thing about this FTX, I remember when it came out. It was first being promoted during the Super Bowl, and the first one I saw the commercial was Matt Damon. He was promoting it a lot, but in this lawsuit is Tom Brady, Steph Curry, Shaquille O'Neal, big names. I'm going to mispronounce Naomi Osaka, the tennis player. We got Trevor Lawrence, Goldilocks, Larry David.
I get to introduce him as Trevor Lawrence. He's just Trevor Lawrence. Huh?
I just want to make sure. I just want to, get your attention.
That joker petty, ain't he?
Yeah. And Shohei Ohtani. He is the outfielder for the Angels. Yeah, this is a big lawsuit. My question, so this is why I wanted to talk about. Big reason why I want to talk about is, do you guys feel like they should be penalized for something that they were paid to promote? So they paid them to promote this.
No.
So because then you're going to I'm just saying, you're going to have, to me, it's going to be 50-50 because you're going to have people like, yeah, because if people in this world, celebrities are damn near, they're the smartest people in the world. So they're the smartest people in the world, and they make certain decisions, and they are the influencers, and people are going to follow them. So if you're like, man, Steph Curry,
I just think that they have people that's around them make smart decisions. I don't know if they're the smartest people.
There we go. No, I agree with you. I'm just saying, but people don't think like that, Jeff. They don't. They just think that they're the face of it, and they're like, oh, if he made this decision, then it has to be a for sure. There has to be a for sure win. But my question is also: should they be held liable in this lawsuit? This is a Ponzi scheme. Real quick before you say something, Jeff.
Yeah, it's definitely a Ponzi scheme. But
so the CEO of
no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. The CEO of this FTX is filed for bankruptcy, Chapter 11, and basically he's on Twitter to say, "Hey, I lost the money. The money's gone." But it's cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is a volatile market. It's very unpredictable. It basically is heavily influenced by a tweet or by somebody of heavy influence, like a Elon Musk. Because Elon Musk could tweet something, and somebody's crypto can go up. Remember Dogecoin, Dogecoin, or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
Something about Dogecoin.
Yeah.
That made that a whole damn cryptocurrency coin. And it went up. So, but just to kind of give you a little, just to kind of go.
It went up that brief moment.
It did, and some people cashed out and made money. But my thing is, I guess I wanted to ask you guys: do you feel like, let me put it in different hands? Adrian, Jeff, I'm paying you $20,000 to promote my cleaning business. But then somebody has a slip and fall, and because I'm not following the proper protocols, they said, well, only reason why I decided to do business with Bobby is because Jeff and Adrian, they are stand-up guys. They know their business. So I'm suing them as well. I'm suing Bobby for sure because he's behind it, but I'm also going to sue the people that endorsed it.
Okay, I'm going to speak on this. I think that those people doesn't make any backhand decision on any business decision regards of what's going on with with crypto. Just to say, I just don't think that they shouldn't be held accountable for anything because it's not on them. I mean, sponsorships happens all the time. They're just sponsoring, their particular brand, and they can't get caught up in something that they have no recollection of or no knowledge of. They get paid to sponsor, and I think they had some dwellings in it too as well. I think because you got people like Kay Cunningham and Odell, they all had stuff in reference to this too as well. So I don't know.
What do you think, Adrian?
Unfortunately, yeah, they all gonna be liable for it. You know, when something like this, when it gets involved, because they're faces, you know, they're the face of that particular crypto. Mm-hmm. They're the ones that was used to, you know, advertise it. Like you said, it was in the Super Bowl. Yeah, they had that in the commercial in the Super Bowl. I mean, and I remember it was in a lot of commercials, if I'm correct. There was other celebrities involved in it, actors promoting it. You know, they made it seem like they were out of space with this thing. And I mean, it was advertising the hell out. Yeah, I remember. And unfortunately, you know, when you start using celebrities, athletes, whoever you want to use as a face, it's the selling point. And also, you know, you got to be serious. Like, you don't think Brady and Curry didn't think of the same idea? Like, yeah, we can use our face to help sell it, to help promote it. So they were making a profit off of it as well. So unfortunately, you know, whoever was on that Titanic, well, wrong thing to use. Unfortunately, whoever was on that ship is going to go down with that ship, which I don't think is right. But you know.
So okay, so all right, so you don't, because I look at it the realistic way, right? Is where obviously they're going to be held liable, but do you feel like they should be held liable?
Who, Brady, Curry, and Shaq, or all of them?
Anybody that endorsed?
I mean, no.
Hey, okay.
Well, let me rephrase it. No, they shouldn't. But here's a question: Do you think they also use their name as the selling point as well, and they knew they could make a profit of it? And if they did know, now should they be accountable for it? You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm looking at? So
yeah,
I get what you're saying. Like, you know, they were just as a face, not so much, but you got to know your face and you know what can sell. So you're going to promote it, right? Because, you know, also Brady also used that to help promote his for the NIL sponsorship things that they use.
Deion Sanders, Shakur.
Yeah. You know, so they also have their so they also have their NIL businesses, and you don't think they use this crypto to help fund it?
See, and this is why I think it's a big deal. I think it's obviously this got filed, and lawsuits can take years of litigation before it even gets, or if it ever gets settled. So this is something that probably will get swept in the rug, and maybe they might handle it behind closed doors. We don't know. I think this is just such a huge thing because players were like Odell Beckham. You know, he was one of those players that accepted payment as cryptocurrency. You know, Bitcoin. So for this, and I know they were saying that cryptocurrency was going to be one of those. It could be in the future where players are like, okay, I'll accept crypto. You know, but the reason why I wanted to talk about this as well, because a lot of big name crypto companies are either they're filed for bankruptcy or they're going out of business. This is not the first one. This is the first big one. Well, actually, no, it's not the first big one, but this is the first one where we put it like this. This is the first influential one because actual celebrities got behind it. A lot of celebrities. And then, you know, the Miami Heat, they named their stadium the FTX Stadium. So now because they filed bankruptcy, obviously they lost the rights to that name. I mean, they were just paying. I mean, they were just paying. It was, where did the money come from? You know, they were just paying it. I mean, you to pay a Brady, to pay a Curry, to pay a Shaq, to pay celebrities, to take over the Miami Heats, you got to pay for that. It's sponsorship, not like, oh, what can I do for you? You got to pay that upfront money or installments, whatever you work out. But you are signing a contract with this high celebrity person high level celebrity person. Well, you know, it's not chump change where, okay, we agreed to this amount, but your responsibility is to promote this. So I don't know. I kind of fall in the middle as far as, you know, because I also fall. I don't want to say they should be held liable, but like you just said, the reason why FTX paid these people because they know that the people that follow these high celebrities and sports athletes, they know basically they just be like, go do this, and the majority of the masses are going to go do it, and because of somebody like a Brady or Curry or Shaq or whoever else is whatever's in this lawsuit. They understand that their name and likeness carries weight. And they know they can just post, bro. Man, we can do, you know, because now they don't even have to do commercials no more. They can literally just tweet a tweet and say, FTX, go do this. Bro, half of the people are going to do it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I just think it's one of those things, man. You know, for me, you know, I think this is a big deal. I don't know if it's gonna get swept in the rug. I kind of do and I kind of don't. But at crypto, man, crypto is a volatile market. I urge everybody to just do your research. And that's why I fall the other side. The other side of it is, you know, you should be held accountable for your own investments.
Yeah.
They don't put a gun to your head and say invest. You should to the company. You should go on research it. How much people have actually made money with it? Just because somebody's telling you to do something doesn't mean it's all real. So
yeah.
So that's why I kind of fall in the middle.
And you know, to piggyback off that, with you, like, I agree that, you know, especially with crypto, I think that's one of those, you know, like how you and I, we talked about this in the past, that crypto is one of those currencies that doesn't have any real true backing. It's not like you're investing into like any type of funding, you know, anything that you want to fund, you know, even if it's a foreign exchange, if you want to, you know, get into that, you know, regardless of what it is that you want to get into, it's one of those situations where I think that for FTX and for anybody that really invested in it because of the celebrities that promoted it, they're going to eat a loss. And this is just my opinion. With something like this, with FTX and the crypto and the way that it is and how it's positioned and sitting, I don't think a civil lawsuit would save a lot of it. And I don't think a lot of people who are trying to get the lawsuit and who's really out looking for the lawsuit to get some type of return off this are really going to win this battle, because it's one of those situations where there's no real solidifying, you know, foundation of it. There's no true backing. There's nothing that supports it. There's no real funding into it. The only thing that you have is a name and an image. And when you have a name and an image, it's going to be kind of hard for them to really sue Brady, Curry, and whoever else was the face of it, because the question is how much is Brady and Curry really involved in it? Like we know when we see Shaq on the commercials, we know his backing with Papa John's or, you know, Icy Hot. We know all that when we see it. But when you look at something like this, can you really get a true lawsuit? And it's going to come down to some real good work. And I don't know if somebody will really, and, you know, unfortunately, some folks might just come out on the loss end of this. And if you invested like millions of dollars in this, I'm sorry. Like, because it's one of those situations, like you said, Bobby, it might get swept under the rug, or it might just fall through and be like, look, you don't have no real lawsuit. And then the ones who are going to come out on top of this is the ones who started it, because they've got the money off of it. They're not losing no interest off of it. If anything, they probably built so much interest off of it that when they let it collapse, it's just going to collapse. You know what it kind of reminds me of? What was that big company out in Texas? Big tech company in Texas. Oh, what's the name of it? And a lot of people end up suing that company, and it went under, but it was a big, you know, a lot of people that work for, I forgot the name of it, and people went to prison for it because it was kind of like a scheme and all that. I can't remember what it was. When I figured it out, I'll let you know. But yeah, on this part, man.
Well, because it's a and I mean, I hate to miss at the ending, but I just wanted to just say this too. It's a slippery slope.
Yeah.
If you do, let's just say these people that follow the lawsuits win, then basically we're saying if you endorse something and somebody doesn't like it, or somebody if somebody loses money, or somebody I didn't like this because so and so endorsed it, then what is that going to do for these people, athletes, celebrities, or regular people that get endorsed? People get endorsements all the time. You know, hell, I mean, for me, in my businesses, I can endorse a little league team, but if I want to sponsor, you get sponsorships all the time. So, but it's a slippery slope with that, because I don't think, first of all, the government's not going to allow that because it's like, well, if that's the case, then like you just said, so if somebody doesn't like Papa John's pizza and Shaq is endorsing it, Shaq can get sued for that.
Yeah.
You know, so slippery slope, man. That's why I want to talk about it. I think it's one of those things where it's a slippery slope and you understand both sides, but it's one of those things where you got to do it. When you were talking about with your money, you got to invest and do your due diligence. Not just do something because somebody like what Jeff said, you know, there's people behind the people that have that are making some of these decisions, not the face. They're the face for a reason. Yeah. So
it's the same thing. Like you can't sue nobody for stock. If you invest in stock, you're not gonna really sue too many people. You invest in it, it's a cash win, cash gambling type of situation. You invest in stock. If you don't do your research and you don't do a deep dive research to understand who's supporting that stock, you got the loss. So, but I agree with you on that one, Bobby. Good point.